Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are. We've got a little bit of a storm approaching and some high winds outside my window. So, this may be a short podcast depending on how quickly the storm arrives, which it looks like it might be quick. In any case, I wanted to say hello and welcome to this advanced energetics platform. We are getting ready for our next event in Sedona, and I'd love to invite you to attend. It's going to be all about transformation, and it's really nestled into the purpose ideology because everything, I believe, about this life and your life is the purpose that we're here. And we've relegated it to something that we maybe could know or perhaps should know, but it's not that important. And what I suggest is that it is the most important thing that you can engage with and discover so that you move about to enact your purpose. And what we've been teaching recently in our last event last month was, or really 2 months ago now, it was in January, is about hidden addiction, self-healing, so that you can enact your purpose. And what I didn't realize and kind of had a little bit of a hesitation in moving into the addiction platform is I didn't understand how it equated to self-healing and your purpose. And what I understand now is that if you have an addiction, especially one that's hidden that you don't share, it maybe feels good to you in private, but not so much to feel good in front of others, that you consider that if you try to self-heal, but you're still doing this other thing that you really haven't acknowledged that you're doing at all, then how can you truly self-heal? And all of this is meant to maintain and stabilize the body vessel so that you have the means to understand your purpose. And so I finally came to the realization that everything was absolutely, positively in alignment as it should be. And so this is what we'll be moving into and sharing and opening up to questions with the elders on how you might move forward into discovery, what you're meant to understand within this life journey. And I think all of this is also a shift in perspective, because when you start seeing things through a different lens of understanding, then many of the things that are going on today, not to say that they're right or wrong, but they're just more relatable and understandable. And you can see a value even in those things that appear bad because they give you the opposite understanding of what it is that you may prefer. So if you prefer this, then you know you prefer it more heavily because you so do not prefer this. And so that's what this, I think, life experience, this earth journey is all about. It's about moving in one awareness and then getting more information and shifting perhaps into another awareness. And it's to be consciously aware and to know that you're in that space and you're enacting your purpose, because many have already enacted their purpose in another time. But when you don't know that you're in the midst of your purpose, when you don't know that you're enacting that thing that you came here to understand, because your purpose is an energy. So you have to understand that you're in the energy that you wanted to create, because it's almost as if it doesn't count when you don't know that you're in the midst of it, when you don't recognize that you're in that purpose. Because how do you really understand it? How do you really internalize it when you don't even know that you're doing it from that state of awareness. And so life is a mystery. Life is a wonderment. Life is incredible. And when you can see life that way, when you can recognize that life is so much more than what you readily see on the surface, and then you recognize that there's so much more that we can't see because we're not in the real space. The real space is where we came from. This is the temporary space, because if it were more of a realistic platform, it would be a more permanent platform, and we wouldn't be going in and out of embodiment, having these lifetimes, making these choices, having these free will opportunities, if we were in a space that didn't require us going in and out of embodiment so quickly. We would be in a more steadied space, a more boundless space than we are right now. So that's what this is all about. That's what our journey and our road trip is all about. That's what our objective is as we go out and communicate this understanding. And let me say too, if you would be interested in having us in a locality near you, we'd welcome that opportunity. Just contact us via info@advancedenergetics.org and let us know. Because this is all about spreading this in a big way. It's not meant to be lightly covered. It's meant to be shouted from the rooftops, because it is a discovery to recognize why we're here, so that we can get about enacting why we chose to come into form and why we came here to figure out this energy that we didn't quite understand when we didn't have the means to feel life so deeply as we do right now. Because life is a mystery in many regards, and it makes sense then why you have to feel, or should want to feel, the good and the bad. Because you wouldn't know how good things were if you didn't know its opposite. And so it gives you that full expanse. Otherwise, if all you knew were good things, then how would you know how good it was? So that's what this is. And I'm going to announce that I'll be doing some other live stream events this month rather than just this one, because I really want to start ramping up for Sedona and making sure that we get the word out that we're going there. And it's going to be from the 6th through the 8th. And the 6th and the 7th will be smaller opportunities of time for each presenter. There'll be 2 other presenters along with me. And then on Saturday, it will be a 3-hour event with me and the elders. And so I'm really looking forward to this new collaboration. And I hope to have one or both of those presenters with me in subsequent live stream presentations. And so this is just an amazing time. I'm so grateful for everything that is progressing, and looking forward to all that moves forward from this point. Because when you don't limit something, it has such an opportunity to blossom and grow, because we don't put the limitation of how it must grow. And so I'm in that space where I'm open to how it will proceed and what will be perceived from it, and kind of look for the mystery and the wonderment of that opportunity. And the last thing that I'd like to say is, after Sedona, we'll be in Reno, Nevada, and that will be later in April. And we'll announce all of that, or you can go to the advancedenergetics.org website to sign up and register for Sedona. And I believe we'll have Reno. If we don't have it up yet, we will have it up soon. So if there are those opportunities that you'd like to invite us to, whether it's a speaking opportunity or coaching or presentation or event. There are numerous ways that we bring this forward, and we'll consider all, because it's all about getting it out and getting it understood. And then what you must do, in my humble opinion, is when you hear any recommendation or any insight given by this group and the teachers that I get insights from, as well as any other group, that you always ask for confirmation as to whether the right steps, that these are the right steps, and whether it resonates for you. And the way to do that is not to engage or ask from the mental space, but to always start from the heart space. To always go to the heart space and ask there if this is that opportunity that you need to embrace, because everything is how you feel in relation to what is being offered. Because you'll hear a lot of different things, and everyone has an answer and an idea, but you have to be the discerner of what is what and who is who. And so always do so from the heart space, because it will lead you in the right direction, because the mental space will give you those aha moments, but a mental aha won't get you there. So you want to always be sure to connect with your heart, because that is your connection to your higher presence, your soul, who is the one who wanted this experience. And so you want to connect with them as opposed to the mentalness that is also in play, because that mentalness will not get you to the end game that you might ultimately seek. So that's what I wanted to share today, and glad for your comments and your insights, and really hoping that all aligns for you in the most wonderful way, because it's all about finding purpose in each thing that you do, but especially that original one, which will bring you full circle to why you chose to be in this earth experience today. So have a marvelous day. I'm going to shut down before I get shut down by the weather. And I wish you a magnificent weekend. And thank you for joining today. Take care.